Are you worried as the altcoin market, the crypto market, bleeds out? In today's video, we're going to be discussing the crypto market. We'll be discussing altcoins specifically and where my thoughts and opinions are with everything going further forward in the longer term. Also talk about some opportunities that are coming up in the next kind of 7 days or so. So stay tuned for all of that. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful, informative, maybe even entertaining, smash that like button, guys. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. You don't think you'll regret it. I will stay up to date with all of the content that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. So let's just kick things off, guys, by discussing what's been going on most recently, right? In the last 24 hours, we have seen the crypto market bleed out a fair amount, right? And I expect, bounces to the upside and more pulls to the downside. And it kind of, I guess, opens up that idea that maybe a lot of people are afraid of losing all the gains that they were making. And, they're seeing their portfolios going down, down, and down. And I guess what I really want to do is kind of just give me my thoughts and opinions on what I think is going on here. I kind of alluded to this a little bit in yesterday's XRP video, where we're discussing how the market is basically just grabbing liquidity, right? We can see how the market kind of moves up. It basically liquidates the short positions, and then it reverses on people very quickly, and we see, moves back to the downside, and we see, a lot of the long positions getting wiped out. A lot of liquidity is being extracted from the market by market makers and exchanges, right? Occasionally a few whales might be behind these things, but for the most part, what's really going on is that we have market makers basically just running amok in the space, right? And then the markets are basically just their playground, right? And we can see this with how the price action has been moving. This is one of the concerns that we had, back in 2023 when prices were moving up the way that they were without any real volume behind it. It felt very much like market makers were deliberately pushing the price higher and higher. Obviously, this was fueled in 2024 with the Bitcoin spot ETF, with additional demand coming in, taking Bitcoin up into new all-time highs, right? But when it comes to the altcoins, they've been affected quite badly at the moment, right? We've been bleeding out on the altcoins quite significantly, and that has, concerned a lot of people, right? We've seen some altcoins dropping down 70% from their previous highs, right? Just only a few months ago. Now that kind of makes people feel very uneasy. It makes people feel very nervous. It makes people feel like maybe this bull market is over, right? And I want to kind of just put out there that actually this is kind of the stuff that we see time and time again. If you were around in 2019, 2020, even 2021, you would know that what we're seeing right now isn't that unusual. It's something that we've seen kind of happen a few times in history, and it tends to be that history is repeating itself, right? And we can see this going on. Now, if we reflect on 2019, in 2019, we had that initial kind of surge to the upside, and it was met by an almighty move to the downside. Now, just before we saw the pandemic crash, we did see, of course, a natural healthy correction. And that's really what we're seeing right now in terms of like Bitcoin and the altcoin market, right? We're seeing a pretty healthy correction after a significant surge to the upside, right? And I know this kind of isn't necessarily what you want to hear, because maybe you're told that, everything is bullish and you're just buying, on the way to the moon. And actually, in reality, is you were buying at the top, and unfortunately, now you're kind of stuck in those positions. Or maybe you were using leverage because people were telling you that the bull market is now on, and so therefore you're going 10, 25, 100x long, and then you're wiped out all of a sudden, right? I get it. I understand the kind of the fear and the kind of the frustration with all of that. That kind of makes you want to kind of label everything up that you're in a bear market now. That bull market is over, right? Because you've potentially succumbed to being a victim of all of that. But for the most part, we're not in a bear market. Instead, what's really going on is that we have a very normal correction that has occurred multiple times before the next parabolic phase to the upside. I know a lot of people will kind of just be really bearish right now, telling you that it's all over, that the bear market is here, bull market's done. And if this is the truth, then it would be the crappiest bull market in crypto history, right? A very, very small amount of gains were ever made in this particular cycle. Okay, and we talk about Bitcoin only really moving up a couple of 100%, and not even anywhere near where it should in terms of its elasticity curve, right, which would be about 1,000%. So in my mind, we still have quite a long way to go, right? We are not anywhere near the end just yet. We're just going through a corrective phase. I still see the market correcting down deeper, okay? And I'm not talking about $30,000 Bitcoin or anything like that, at least not at this stage. What I'm talking about is the requirement to at least test out the 200-day exponential moving average for Bitcoin, which will mean that many of these other altcoins will still continue to move on down, and they'll move down very aggressively as well. They'll still move down to some pretty bearish levels, and that's a huge opportunity for what comes next, right? And I was kind of alluding to this yesterday as well, because as we kind of have this next little move to the downside, the altcoins are all going to be in great accumulative areas, places where you'll kind of look back and say, oh, I wish I bought that particular dip, or I wish I'd bought that move to the downside. And well, this is that opportunity. This is the opportunity to dollar cost average into this potential move to the downside on the altcoins. What that's going to allow you to do is going to allow you to build a fantastic position. Now, I use the words dollar cost average because I do think that's the best strategy. It's not to go all in right now, it's to actually slowly add as the prices drop down even further, okay, until you're happy with your position. Even on the small moves to the upside, as long as they are cheaper than where they were, I still look at them as great dollar cost averaging opportunities. Okay, and so for the altcoins, there's going to be a massive opportunity. I mean, this morning I was seeing the notifications in our Discord server for our members saying how Chainlink, for example, or Stacks, they're actually in zones that I think are great value for dollar cost averaging, right? I see in all of the stuff that we kind of put together for the members and seeing all the notifications come through into the Discord server, and I'm starting to think, yeah, these are the great places to be for dollar cost averaging. Now, there are, of course, some other opportunities that are coming up in the next kind of couple of days or so. So if you're not in the Discord server, you're going to want to check it out. The link for that is in the description below. I'm talking about an AMA for a project called 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. This is going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be in our Secret Crypto Club Discord server, and they're not yet launched, right? This is a project that is going to be launching this year, and it's one that I think you're all going to want to kind of know a lot more about, right? So 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 AMA, so you can ask them anything you want, is going to happen tomorrow in our Discord server. So join the Discord, find out how to join. You'll need an SCC, a Secret Crypto Club NFT. These can be minted using the link in the description down below. That will gain you access not just to the AMA, of course, but it gain you access to the Discord server, and also private sales and seed rounds and crowdfunding that we do down in the Secret Crypto Club, right? So it's well worth checking that out. Now, we are going to be doing a crowdfunding exercise with 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 on Thursday this week. So again, you're going to want to join that AMA. You're going to want to learn a lot about this altcoin, because this altcoin, in my opinion, has the potential to do 100x, right? This is going to be a significant return on investment. But again, it's a long-term play. It isn't something that is short-term. And what I mean by that is that you have to kind of have the vision of at least kind of looking at this through a 2 to 3 year lens. That's going to give you the opportunity to buy in at the cheapest possible prices, in the same way that the VCs did with Solana, for example, when it was $1, right? If you have that long-term vision, then you're going to be able to see significant appreciation of the assets. That's kind of what the Secret Crypto Club is all about. That is kind of where I think 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 is going to be well positioned. So again, it's going to be one that you're going to want to do your own research on, right? Join us in the Discord server, join us for the AMA, ask them any questions that you have directly to the team. And if you want to participate in the crowdfunding, then of course you can participate in the crowdfunding as long as you own one of those NFTs. Okay, so this is a huge opportunity. I wanted to kind of flag it today because obviously we're just a few days away from kind of getting that crowdfunding exercise underway. It is a 96-hour window for crowdfunding, and it does depend on obviously the NFTs and stuff like that that you hold. But for the most part, I think this is a huge opportunity that you're not going to want to miss out on, so do go ahead and check that out. So to kind of recap this a little bit, we do see huge opportunities with the altcoin market bleeding out the way that it has done. Huge opportunities for dollar cost averaging into some of your favorite projects, whether that's Chainlink, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? All of these are looking very, very juicy right now, although I do expect further moves to the downside. Maybe some of these projects that are already in existence maybe don't whet your appetite enough, right? Maybe you're looking for something slightly higher risk, higher reward, and really that's where these crowdfunding opportunities come on in. If that is the case and you're looking for that next 100x plus potential, then do go ahead and join us down in the Cheeky Crypto Discord, where you can find out more information about the Secret Crypto Club. Also, all the links for that are in the description down below. If you do join the Secret Crypto Club via one of the NFTs, then you are going to basically be eligible to participate in the AMA for Galactica, and of course the crowdfunding exercise for Galactica. But not just Galactica. It will be for all upcoming AMAs and crowdfunding that we do in the Secret Crypto Club. Once you own one of these NFTs, you own it for life. You have access for the length of your basically ownership of the NFT. So guys, I do urge you guys to check it all out. There's some huge opportunities coming in a very short space of time. Why don't you check it out? Link is in the description down below, guys. If you haven't done so already, I urge you to check this video out where JB is going through his thoughts on the crypto market. It's one not to miss.